Good morning, students. Today we are going to learn about history second lesson from trade to territory. In the 15th century, Europe witnessed an era of geographical discoveries through the land and sea routes. In 1498, Vasco da Gama of Portugal discovered a new sea route from Europe to India. The main motive behind those discoveries was to maximize profit through trade and to establish political supremacy. The rule of East India Company in India became effective after the conquest of Bengal. The main interest of the company in India was territorial and commercial expansions. First, we have to learn about the establishment of political power by English East India Company. First one is Battle of Plassey in 1757. Alawardi Khan of Nawab of Bengal died in 1756 and his grandson Sirajud-Dowla ascended the throne of Bengal. The British, taking advantage of the new Nawab weakness and unpopularity, seized the power. So, Sirajud-Dowla decided to teach them a lesson by attacking over their political settlement of Calcutta. The Nawab captured their factory at Qasim Bazar. On 20th June 1756, Fort William surrendered, but Robert Clive recovered Calcutta. It was fought on 23rd June 1757. The English East India Company's force under Robert Clive defeated the forces of Sirajud-Dowla. It was most decisive battle that marked the initiation of British rule in India for the next 2 centuries. Next one is Battle of Buxar in 1764. After the Battle of Plassey in 1757, the company was granted undisputed right to have free trade in Bengal, Bihar and Orissa. It received a place of 24 parganas in Bengal. Mir Jafar, the Nawab of Bengal, however, fell into arrears and was forced to abdicate in favor of his son-in-law Mir Qasim. Mir Qasim ceded Burdwan, Midnapur and Chittagong. He shifted the capital from Murshidabad to Manghur. Mir Qasim soon revolted as he was angry with the British by misusing the power. However, having defeated by the British, he fled to Awadh, where he formed the confederacy with Shuja'ud-Dowla and Shah Alam. The battle was fought on 22nd October 1764 at Buxar. A small fortified town within the territory of Bihar, located on the banks of Ganga river about 130 kilometers next to Patna. It was a decisive victory of British East India Company. Now let us see the Carnatic Wars. In the 18th century, the 3 Carnatic Wars were fought between the various Indian rulers, British and French East India Company on either side. Traditionally, Britain and France were rival countries in Europe. Their rivalry continued in India over trade and territories. It resulted in series of military conflicts in the south, known as the Carnatic Wars, which spanned from 1746 to 1763. These wars resulted in establishment of political supremacy of British East India Company. Let us see First Carnatic War. On the outbreak of Austrian War of Succession in Europe, the English and the French were on opposite camps, increased the hostility between these two forces. The echo of this war was felt in India. First one is Battle of Adayar in 1746. The First Carnatic War is remembered for the Battle of Santoum, fought between the French forces and the forces of Anwardi Khan, the Nawab of Carnatic, who appealed the British for help. This was the first occasion when the superiority of the well-trained and well-equipped European army over the Indian army was proved beyond doubt. Next one is Treaty of Aix-la-Chapelle in 1748. The war was ended by the Treaty of Aix-la-Chapelle, which brought the Austrian War of Succession to an end. Under the terms of this treaty, Madras was returned back to the English, and the French in turn got their territories in North America. Next one is Second Carnatic War. The main cause of this war was the issue of succession in Carnatic and Hyderabad. Anwardi Khan and Chanda Sahib were the two claimants to the throne of Carnatic, whereas Nausizang and Muzaffar were claimants to the throne of Hyderabad. The French supported Chanda Sahib and Muzaffar, while the British supported the other claimants with the objectives of keeping their interest and influence in entire Deccan region. Next one is Battle of Ambur in 1749. Finally, Dupleix, Chanda Sahib and Muzaffar formed a great alliance and defeated and killed Anwardi Khan, the Nawab of Carnatic, on 3rd August 1749 in the Battle of Ambur. Muhammad Ali, the son of Anwaruddin, fled to Tiruchirappalli. Chanda Sahib became the Nawab of Carnatic and rewarded the French with a grant of 80 villages around Pondicherry. Battle of Arcot in 1751. In the meantime, Dupleix sent forces to besiege the fort of Trichy, where Muhammad Ali had taken shelter. Chanda Sahib also joined with the French in their efforts to besiege Trichy. Robert Clive's proposal was accepted by the British Governor Saunders, and with only 200 English and 300 Indian soldiers, Clive was entrusted the task of capturing Arcot. His attack proved successful. Robert Clive defeated the French at Orny and Kaveri Park. The French government recalled Dupleix to Paris. Next one is Treaty of Pondicherry in 1755. Dupleix was succeeded by Godhu, have agreed to Treaty of Pondicherry. According to the treaty, both the power agreed not to interfere in the internal affairs of native states. They were to retain their old position. New forts should not be built by either power. The treaty made the British stronger. However, the predominant position of the French in the Deccan Peninsula was definitely undermined in the war. Next one is Third Carnatic War. The outbreak of 7-year war in Europe led to Third Carnatic War in India. By this time, Robert Clive established the British power in Bengal by the Battle of Plassey, which provided them with the necessary finance for the Third Carnatic War. Count de Lally was deputed from France to conduct the war from French side. He easily captured the Fort St. David. He ordered Bussy to come down the Carnatic with his army to make united efforts to push British out of the Carnatic. Next one is Battle of Vandivash in 1760. The decisive battle of Third Carnatic War was fought on January 22nd, 1760. The English army under General Eyre Coote, totally routed from French army under the Lally. With a year, the French had lost all their possession in India. Lally returned to France, where he was imprisoned and executed. Next one is Treaty of Paris in 1763. The 7 Years' War was concluded by the Treaty of Paris. The French settlement included Pondicherry were given back to the French, but they were forbidden from fortifying those places. They were not allowed to gather armies. The French dominance in India practically came to an end. Thank you, students.